Okay, are we seeing a delay? A bit. Um, okay, delay again. Hi, Steve. I'm just messing about with stuff. I probably should set it, but yeah, I look like I'm still freezing up. I'm gonna have to. Uh, I changed some settings and I'm still not getting what I want. Yeah, definitely freezing and lagging here. Yippee. Darn it. Okay. Well, it's yeah, guys, don't. I probably should just change the settings to private. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm just messing around. I'm having troubles with. I went through and changed all the settings on my cameras trying to get higher quality imaging, and now all of a sudden my OBS doesn't like it. I've tried. Hi, Peter. Yeah, yeah, it's not happy. I'm gonna have to go through and reset all my cameras. So yeah, it's not a happy situation. Um, I don't know if I can do it while I'm streaming and see if that solves the problem. Um, yeah, guys, like I said, everything's freezing up, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just. I went through and changed. If you can hear the audio, I went through and changed all my cameras to much higher resolution because my internet has been bumped up more. And but yeah, it's not. I'm gonna have to go through and change all my cameras back to their original settings. But I was, getting them on widescreen settings, full HD. So right now, all you're gonna see is me spinning or freezing. My OBS and my internet just are not liking the camera angles I set or the settings I made. So I'm trying to see if I can do this while I'm on air and see if that solves the problem. But we'll see. But I doubt it. So custom, let's go back to device default. Bam. I was enjoying all the widescreen imaging, but apparently, apparently I shouldn't have done it. Ramp cam. Hi guys. Yeah, all of you that are coming in, all you're seeing is frozen images right now. Um, yeah, it's my own fault. I had a nice setup and I decided to see if I could really jazz it up, and so I changed all my cameras to higher settings, and um, my internet is not liking it. I shouldn't say my internet. My whole format doesn't like it. So I'm trying to set all the cameras back down to their original settings, and we'll see if that solves some of the problem. Well, actually, my internet is really strong. Yesterday, my internet crashed while I was doing this. Probably something I was doing. But the internet right now is strong. I'm running a very strong 11 up right now, which is more than enough to, in my opinion, more than enough to handle this. I've messed with the OBS settings, but I just think I'm overloading. It might just be my computer. It might be that the motherboard of my computer just can't handle all these cameras, even with multiple independent ports, dedicated ports. It just may be the my computer can't handle the higher settings. So I'm just going through and changing all the settings back to where they were, and then I will hopefully solve the problem. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night because I've got other work I need to be doing tonight. I've got to tear a couch apart and get it out for the garbage tomorrow. Let's see, I did change RAM cam already, right? Yeah. So device default. That's already on device default. The one in the middle, although I can already see the lag in my image here, but when I'm watching myself online, it is all just... Well, Graham, yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I basically have to go through my problem solving. I know how to do this stuff. It's just when I change something, sometimes OBS doesn't like it, sometimes YouTube doesn't like it, sometimes my computer doesn't like it, and it's sorting out who's the unhappy camper. It's getting down to finding out which one is throwing the temper tantrum, and just sorting it from there. So, yeah, you just have to just suffer through me as I try to go through the steps to see what the problem is. And really, it was just I got greedy and I changed all the settings on my cameras. I changed all the settings. I decided I had a new processor. I had all these dedicated motherboards on my computer, and I thought, oh, what the heck? And I went through and I changed all my cameras. The 4K camera, I changed it to full 4K. I changed everything to customized settings, and it did not like it. So now I'm just putting everybody back to where they were originally, but I might have to reboot because I'll probably disconnect this, reboot my computer and everything, and then see if it handles the new format. But I'm already seeing a difference on my playback of the stream where I was freezing. I'm seeing much less freezing. I'm seeing it's flowing better. My CPU percentage, I was using 75% of my CPU. Now I'm down to 23% of my CPU. So that tells me right away just me monkeying with the sizes of the images. And see, the thing is, before I got the new computer about a month or so ago, and yeah, all of a sudden I'm looking at my replay here and it's looking fairly live. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, anybody who's been here, can you see a difference already? Because I'm clearly seeing a difference on my playback. I'm watching me on a computer. And yeah, it's so again, just to over explain everything I do, because of the new computer and the excitement I had with um, the new computer and how everything's been working great, and it's been working great since I redid the internet and got the new computer and I have all these dedicated USB ports, but they're still powering off the motherboard. You know, even though the new USB ports are dedicated and have their own power, they still feed off the motherboard, and the CPU still charges it all. And so yesterday I went through and I took all 9 cameras. Now right now you're seeing 7. If I go to scene 3 here, um, you can see I have to go through and reset everything, but the camera I have for Joyce here. So if you count them, obviously the sizes are not good right now, but I can increase them. But I made them all widescreen, which is allowed. So you guys all saw the default. The default setting here is basically 920 by 660 or whatever it is. So I got carried away. I was like, all right, I got this new computer. I got all these new USB ports. So I'm going to jack them up. So I had them all at full high definition broadcast. The 4K set to 4K. 2 of them set to 2K basically. And the rest set to full 19 by 20 1080. And yeah, the key was my CPU was not liking that. My CPU reading when I started last night was in the 80s, and when I started today it was still at 720, and now 72%. And now that I've just switched everything back, it's now reading 22% CPU percentage. So clearly jacking my cameras up was the issue. But since you're all here, maybe I'll pop a couple of trains on. I just have to go through and reset this by tomorrow's stream. And when I come home from my stream tomorrow, I literally run in the door, change clothes, and come downstairs and warm everything up. And then I'm live. I don't have enough time to do this, so I was going to do it tonight. But I also... Nope, that scarf stays up. Even though they're struggling, I'm a loyal. I suffered through 30 years of not winning a title. We won a title. Injuries have cursed Liverpool this year. Some issues among the players have cursed Liverpool this year, but I am Liverpool red through and through. And I'm going to make everything disappear. Don't mind that. I will move this back. It's just funny that got set to. Where's that at? Yeah, so you need to go bing, 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 bing. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Okay, so. Whoops. Dummy. So yeah, once the CPU came back down, so obviously my mistake was jumping the power up on all these cameras. It still feeds off the CPU. And yeah, I should have thought about that yesterday, but I was too cocky. I got too cocky. I bet if I plug the 9th camera in now, it won't be an issue. But yesterday it seemed to be part of the issue. I've got another cam, and I'll probably plug that in. But yeah, the key was jacking up the CPU drainage here, because even though the camera ports, the USB ports are all dedicated and self-powered, everything still goes through the motherboard, through the CPU for broadcasting, for streaming. So yeah, well, and that's the debate, Graham, is do I go with the square image at 1080p, or do I go with the widescreen at lower? I think I'd rather the images be 1080p, but I was enjoying, like, for example, let's mess with it here. Where is it? Where is it? Village view. I was enjoying this camera in widescreen because you got to see everything. You got to see this entire table. So I was kind of enjoying that. Hang on a second. I'm going to mess with this while I got this screen on. But it was cool to see this in widescreen, but it was widescreen and it was at maximum resolution, so it looked really nice. If I cut the image down to 720, it might not look as nice, but I was, I'll go back to my old settings. Like I said, the question is, the lower resolution widescreen or the higher resolution but not widescreen. And I guess I'll go with the higher resolution. I like things to be clear. Either that or I spend $2,000 and get a really nice streaming computer that could handle all this. And that answer would be, if Joyce heard me, she'd be coming downstairs with a rolling pin. And those of you who think she's an angel, you'd miss it. You would find out, no. See, this one, its base setting is widescreen, and it's a great looking camera. I mean, this is a nice little image, so I bought a second one and installed it. Yeah, let's get this guy in motion. What do you say, huh? Whoop. Wrong way, fella. There you go. Hi, S.J. Peters. Welcome in. Wow. Man, for just a random what the hell, I've got a lot of people here. Which other one do I want to fix? Yeah, that's going to require a lot of work now. I'll mess with that one offline. The DB4K. Oops. Bing, bing. See, this is a 4K camera. But I've got it at 1080 right now. I guess I should entertain some of you people, but all you UK people, it's past your bedtimes. You're not seeing anything there. You're not seeing anything there. You're not seeing anything there, but hey, let me just sort some of this out while I'm here. Okay, you're going to see some guys here in a second. Here comes that gorgeous railjet. Although I was thinking of parking the railjet and putting somebody else out for tomorrow's stream. God, I love that railjet, in case you haven't heard me say that 5,000 times before. I'll be fixing all this, all these just little random images here. I was just so happy to have all this camera doing so much, and I just, I taxed it to its limits, let's just say that. But it just takes me troubleshooting and sorting everything down. I'll just go back to the way it was, tragic and sad as that is. I was enjoying having all the big views. Hi, Jackie. Well, welcome Midsummer. Ah. Well, we need to knight you. I now declare you a knight at the rhomboid table. Yeah, I changed some camera settings and now I'm changing them back because I obviously have learned my lesson. Hey, let's get that dude going. All right, let's get Railjet going. No, wrong way, Railjet, wrong way. Still wrong way, Railjet. Come on. No, not that fast. Not that fast. And let's get this dude in motion. There he goes. All right, I think that's everybody in motion. I'll try to bring my images back to normal view. Let's move this guy down here. We'll move this guy over here or up here. Wow. I should mess with this. All right, I got to work on it. Well, it's not a big deal, Peter. Thanks for that. I just, I do, again, my computer is cheap. It's just, it works for what I wanted to do down here. I just tried to do more than I should have done. And, well, hey, live and learn. What's life without experimentation, right? And I was just so geeky. Now, again, if I were to have a really nice, I paid $700 for this computer, which is cheap for what I'm asking it to do. It's and the processor, it's an i7 generation 11 processor, but it's not the best. It's a good motherboard, but it's not the high-end motherboard. The graphics card, it's not even a gaming graphics card. So the video and that, it's just not the best thing. So, and if I remember Midsummer Railway, because I just subscribed to your channel recently, because I saw you do N-scale, but you do you do Märklin or you do tricks. I think it's tricks. You do German. You're doing Central European trains. You've got Dutch. I think you had Dutch, German, and that draws me right away. I'm not worried about scale. I run HO. I run Märklin 3 rail, all Central European, mostly German, but I have Austrian and Czech as well. The basic rule of my layout is I had to have ridden on the train before I can buy a model of it, except Joyce broke that rule and bought me I've got a freighter. I'm a passenger train guy. Those of you who have been here a lot know me. I'm a passenger train guy. I'm not into freight trains, but I have one freight locomotive and some freight cars, which I'll probably put on the layout for tomorrow. I don't know yet. It just depends. I've got other work I should be doing, but I've got a tomorrow we have what's called large pickup, where you can throw out large things and the city will come around and pick them up, and we schedule the pickup. We're getting a new couch on Saturday, and so we're getting rid of this old couch. So I've got to tear it apart tonight and get it out by tomorrow morning. Well, Painter, for what it does, it's not a bad price, but it's low end. That is low cost. To get a computer that would have handled all my cameras with the 4K resolution, everything, would cost me easily 2,000 American dollars, 1,500 euros, or wherever we're at. So, but I figured out what went wrong yesterday, and it's just now I gotta refix my display, and I'll probably turn around and try to add my extra camera in now that the CPU usage is way down. I'll bet if I add it in, it won't be a problem. Okay, you also run some UK. I do have a UK train, Um, let me mess with you here. Um, yeah. I don't know if you can see my one UK train way in the background. If you can make it out, you've got excellent vision. But there is a Beatles Eurostar, Beatles Yellow Submarine Eurostar 00 scale. I have to get it converted to 3-rail, which has not been done yet, and I don't know when I'll get that done. Probably when I get my ICEs back. I do have a bunch of ICEs that are currently out being upgraded or repaired because I don't do my own upgrades or repairs. Now I'm going to have to put a backdrop back in all these. So, yeah, I just so wanted that. Hey, Pete Clark. No, it's not Friday. I had some. I don't want to say I had problems with my cameras. I messed with my cameras and then had problems, and now I've solved what the problem was. I just can't do what I wanted to do with my cameras. Or, as Graham would say, I could do what I wanted to do, but at a lower resolution. And I'd rather have the higher resolution. I'd rather be in 720 and 1080. But I had all my cameras in widescreen, and it looked really cool until I started streaming. It was working fine through my OBS, but the minute I started streaming, it went out the window, which told me it was the CPU issue. So station view is fixed. Up the ramp is fixed. This is all fixed. But see, I have one more camera that can go in that upper corner up there. I'd have to plug it in, which I might do. So if my head disappears here, it's because I've said, screw it, I'm going to plug it in. Darn it. All right, let's lock these down so I can't mess with them right now. Yeah, I'm a Beatlemaniac. I am a huge Beatles geek. Here, just to mess with you a bit. There, I like this view. I've got this Fowler Bridge, which I haven't decided where it'll go on my layout. Liverpool can be a boring place on a Saturday, and it's only Tuesday. But this is what I wanted. See, this is a 4K camera, and it's running in regular 1920 by 1080, and it's a great image. It's great clarity. You really get to see my especially the Railjet up close there. And so I pimped out all my cameras, and yeah, OBS and streaming it through the CPU did not like it. So now I know what the problem is, so I'm going to do something stupid. Be right back. If everything blows up, I'll be safe. So now, let me see if I can do something stupid. Add video capture device. Existing. I'm going to mess with you for a bit. Don't worry about it. Yep, that's it. Okay. It's getting that feedback, but let me check something here real quick. Yeah, that jumped that up real bad. So, hang on, you little complainer. Bam, there. Now, blinking gone, everything good. Okay, so... But again, in widescreen, that gave a great view going across the table the other way. Hey, welcome, Kurt TV. And by the way, all of you just kind of came in and I was messing with my cameras. Hello to everybody. Thank you for stopping in. I want to see... Wow, I got 16 watching. That's pretty cool for just doing this. So, but yeah, now I can add that 9th camera. Why do I need... And if you ask why do I need 9 cameras, you're asking the same question Joyce keeps asking. Because originally I want to get some low and some high. And eventually, someday, years from now, there will actually be a layout here. For anybody that's kind of new here, I will explain. Let me go to this. The Village View cam. My train station and this area is being based on the city of Delmenhorst, Germany, a city I spent 16 summers in. Well, I shouldn't say summers. The month of June. I spent 16 Junes in Delmenhorst with students of mine. It's my German hometown, I guess you can call it that. And the station is the building of the station and the canopies and the platforms are literally 100% scratch built, accurate to the actual station. The only thing that's not accurate to the station are the platforms here. They are not as long. I would have needed an HO scale. I would have needed a 14-foot long table to get 11 feet of platform in for. As you're looking at it, it's platform 1 is on the right, and then platforms 2 and 3 are on the left. And platform 2 and 3 is actually very long, and I can make this a little bigger this way by just taking out some of the stuff in the background. There, that's all right. Some of you don't get to see that. All right, thank you for stopping by, SJ. Simon, if that's you. Hello, Randall, if Randall came in. Hi, Randall. So, yeah, don't mind me, I'm just messing with stuff. I don't want to enlarge this one too much because a lot of people do like the windmill. I got a couple of fans of the windmill. Yeah, I think I'll be fixing this window, but again, I'll do this offline. Now, by the way, I will tell you, tomorrow's episode of Matt Clark is 10 minutes long, and it's not what it was meant to be. I got carried away in post-production, and I wound up cutting it in half. So you're going to get half of the original episode today or tomorrow, and half of the next episode next week. So the big plot reveals are now 2 weeks away. My apologies. But I got carried away in post-production, and something that was only supposed to be like 30 seconds long is now 4 minutes long. because I decided to leave it in. I got carried away with it, and I decided I liked it too much to take it out completely, and left it in. Some of you I know are getting sick of, when are you going to get to the actual plot? When are we going to see the train heist and the action scenes? And it is coming. It is coming. Sooner or later. Now I can raise that one up a bit, and then I would just move it. There we go. That way I can enlarge that one a bit. Show them off a bit more. Yeah, I can enlarge him a bit. And enlarge him a bit. Well, maybe not so much. Well, if I bring him forward, does that mess this guy up too much? Yeah, maybe a little bit. There, that's not bad, that's not bad. Okay. Just makes the images a little bigger for everybody when I'm on this screen. And I can still add trains here. So yeah, again, those of you just joining in, I had messed with my cameras yesterday and screwed up. So I went back and tried to fix a couple of things, and then I started streaming, and it was still messed up because I had to stream to see if what I did would solve the problem. Didn't solve the problem. So it was step 3, which was, see, what you're missing is I had all my cameras in widescreen, very high definition. I had everything at minimum in full high definition all the way up to 4K, and my CPU on my computer was not enjoying it. So those of you who came to my test yesterday, that's why everything was so bad. Since I've shut everything back to their original settings, now everything's working and it's all good. Well, people with taste do like that scarf. I had to get that scarf from a friend in Liverpool. I had to have somebody buy that and send it to me because I wanted one bought at Anfield. I didn't want just something I could buy on the internet. I had somebody go to Anfield and get that for me. It's almost 7 o'clock and we haven't done dinner yet. My wife's going to be going, what about dinner? What are we doing about dinner? And I'm like, whatever you cooking, woman. And then I wake up a day later and I say, what did you guys have for dinner? But now I'm just trying to get all my scenes back where they were in some semblance of intelligence. Let's see, I want to shrink me. Oh, wait, this one. That means, there we go. I'm going to shrink me here because I don't need to be that big. And then that is 11 lane. So I can make him a little bigger here now. Yes, Liverpool, the UK. I'm not in Liverpool. I'm not in Liverpool. I am in Toledo, Ohio, USA. Toledo was once famous as the glass capital of the world because more glass products were made in Toledo than anywhere else in the world, even more than Venice. The world famous Jeep vehicle was invented and built in Toledo. We still make the Jeep Wrangler and a couple of basic forms of the Jeep, but now some Jeeps if you buy a Jeep in Europe, it's probably made at their factory in Europe. I think it's in Germany. Maybe it's Austria. I forget where their factory in Europe is. And then there's 2 other factories here in America now. You know, globalization. And any American over the age of 45 who remembers the old TV show MASH will know that one of the famous characters in MASH, Corporal Klinger, the cross-dresser, was from Toledo and bragged about Toledo all the time on the show. Let's see, is somebody talking about... Oh, Kurt must be recommending something to somebody else. No, Peter, looking back at your question, I did not catch, I did not try to do that. It's an idea, though. It is an idea. I could attach a couple of cameras here, but even just 2 of these cameras jacked up create issues. So unless I get a better motherboard with better processing and blah, 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 which I'm not going to do. But yeah, as you can see, I've got 9 cameras running here, which is more than enough. I just got to decide where to place. Like, I really hate this mirror image on this. All my other cameras are proper image, but this one is reverse image. My actual camera here, this one, that's but yeah, the Matt Clark episode tomorrow is 10 minutes long. I think what I did with it's hilarious, but it's not what it was supposed to be originally. I wound up... If I tried to show the entire scene tomorrow, it would be a 16-minute long episode, and I don't think any of you want a 16-minute episode. Because I added... It was going to be a 10-minute episode anyhow. Well, 9 minutes, but I added 7 minutes to 6 or 7 minutes to the episode I wasn't planning on adding, because originally I was just going to have a little joke and I turned it into a full-scale joke. What is Czechia most known for? Now, Peter, are you Czech or are you Slovak? I keep thinking you were Slovak. But I would say beer and hockey players is probably what Czech is best known for outside of its historical importance. The divorce with Slovakia for the Czech Republic, which is now Czechia. Which I still say Czech Republic. I need a kiss cam. Well, I'd need Joyce and then the kiss cam. I'm not kissing my trains. I love my trains a lot. Hey, Gerald Lynch. Welcome in and let's knight you. Especially since you're so... I now declare you a knight of the rhomboid table. But originally, tomorrow you were going to get a deep look into what makes Smokey tick, and now that's next week. It's hilarious, but now it's next week. But originally you were going to get the final plot setup, including what makes Smokey tick, but I got carried away with a couple of bits, and when I wrote the scene it was short. When I did the voices it was short. But... well, in case you have, if you've been paying attention, you know there's a big saloon scene coming up. Well, originally there's going to be like 30 seconds of music. I wound up playing all the songs. I rewrote the scene and rewrote the lyrics to these songs. You know, Rusty Twinger's singing, Lil is singing, and originally it was just going to be quick snippets, sort of like the previous time you saw them singing. And now they get full songs. I like Bohemia. I like Bohemia, but yeah, Czech Republic, Czechia. And I've heard there is like, Czechia is used for like governmental things, and then Czech Republic just to the rest of the world. But yeah, Czech beer is very good. Now, I'm going to start an international incident here between me and Peter and anybody else. The best Czech beers come from the old German parts. Like, I'll just leave it there. You know, German beer and Czech beer to me are equally awesome, but the best Czech beers come from the parts of the Czech Republic that were under German control for many centuries. Yes, I know. Hardcore. 9 cams and none of them show anything worthwhile. But, hey, I'm a geek. I like my toys. Okay, so that one is on top. So I can move that up there and spread that out a bit more like that. And just keep moving that up. That works. And then that's long view cam. Now are you, dude? I just unlocked you. Yeah, you're over that one, so I can put that there and enlarge you up. There we go. Cool. Okay, just keep working on pictures and images and pictures. Also, tomorrow on the show, I can't guarantee it, but there's a possibility there will be a live. It just depends on when our mail comes. Our mail could come at 3, it could come at 7. So there might be a live on-air unboxing tomorrow. The German Autobahn is cool, but here's the thing. If you've never driven on the German Autobahn, if you don't know anything about the German Autobahn, and if you're men and have cars, you know about the German Autobahn, there are large sections of it that has no speed limit. No speed limit. So you can go 140 miles an hour if you want. The problem is every guy pictures himself doing 140 miles an hour. No, there are lots of people doing 140 miles an hour. And it sounds cool because you're picturing yourself in your Lamborghini or your Porsche or your Dodge Charger or whatever. But I've been on the Autobahn with a guy driving this little Volkswagen imitation Hot Wheel car on steroids where he's doing 140 miles an hour on it. I have never been so scared in my life because that thing would fit in the trunk of my car. Its framing is paper thin. This is a car you could damage sneezing on it. And he's doing 137 miles an hour on the Autobahn. Not kilometers an hour, miles an hour. He was doing like 160, well, whatever that comes out to kilometers an hour. But yeah, he was flying in that little thing. Hey, bye, Kieran. Yeah, I'm going to get off here because I got other things I've got to do here. But no. I hate disco and anything associated with disco. And I already got the strobe light because you guys like to point out the flashing light all the time. So there, I already got a strobe light. So, all right, well, I need to take care of dinner. My family's probably wondering what about dinner. And I need to go tear a couch apart and get it out in our front yard. So yeah, it's quite scary It's quite scary on the Autobahn at times, depending on the car you're in, because you got lots of lanes of people doing that speed. And yes, you got people riding your bumper. Get out of the way! But be that as it may, which one do I want to enlarge? I'll mess with this later. All right, guys, anyhow, hey, wow, I got up to 19 watching today. I do, but the thing is, when I'm in Germany, I don't drive. I'm not even tempted to drive. This is why I'm into model trains now. I do model trains because I fell in love with riding trains in Germany. So Joyce and I have never rented a car, and we've driven a car once. A friend loaned us his car. We drove a car once, and now we just drive. We ride trains. And because of that, I fell in love with trains and decided I wanted a model train. And as all of you know, once you buy a model train, you're addicted. And so that was 5 years ago now, almost, well, 26 years ago now. Just over 5 years. It was November of 2016. November of 2015, I bought my first model train. It was an ICE 3. Yeah, I do that too. I do it on the one, but I do kind of like. But I've got to decide on positions on a couple of these cameras because they do conflict. Although this camera, that camera in the corner, this camera, that's Joyce's cam. So when Joyce is down here, she'd be on this camera, and then it wouldn't be showing. Hey Andy, how are you? So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled that this many people showed up just to see me testing. Hopefully I'll get more of you tomorrow. But yeah, I've got some heavy work to do because I'm not just removing a couch. I have to literally tear it apart to get it out of the house. It came in sectional pieces and then was fitted together. Now I have to tear it apart, and even then, I've redone work on the house since we got this couch, and we're throwing it out the window. Part of it's broken, which makes that why we're getting rid of it. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. You don't care about all the little issues in my world. But that's what I got to go do. That's what I got to get off. But at least I have resorted my camera issue. I just have to do a step-by-step process. And I know all the other tech geeks out there, and don't take offense at that, please. You're looking at me going, wait, do this, do this. It's like, guys, I got to go through a process. It's like watching Tim Wells build. He does his thing, and you just got to wait till the end to see if he gets it, which he always does. So you just got to have a little bit of faith in me as I figure shit out. Figure stuff out. No shit, I figure shit out. The hard way, the slow way. But, so anyhow, I will see you all tomorrow. It was awesome. You all stopped by to say hi. I'm still going to change a couple of trains out. But I'm going to leave all the double-deckers out. I moved one train. But I think I'm going to move the railjet and park the railjet. And put the freight train in or a steamer. I haven't decided yet. Freight train or steamer. Don't bother voting because I'm not going to look at your decisions. I'm just going to decide later tonight once I come back down here to fix everything. So anyhow, everybody, thanks for stopping in. And I turned this into an hour-long stream and wasn't planning that. I'm sure Joyce is wondering where I'm at. Actually, she knows where I'm at, knows what I'm doing. So take care, everybody. I'm going to log off here. Test 2, sorted the problems out. Now have 9 cameras working. It's all good. Thanks, everybody, for coming in and saying hi. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your car died. But I'm on. Now, remember, for this weekend at least, Europe and UK, I'm an hour earlier than normal because I'm 4 hours. You guys are 4 hours ahead instead of 5 hours ahead. So I'm 7:30 UK and 8:30 Central Europe time. And then I think you guys jump ahead this weekend. So anyhow, take care, everybody. It was awesome to have you all again. Please stop by tomorrow. Come to the live feed where